It's the next level.
Hmm? Ah!
Do either of you know what this is?
It's a flight data recorder, otherwise known as a black box.
That's exactly what it is. Now, here's the funny thing. This black box comes from Oceanic Flight 815. A salvage vessel recovered it from the bottom of the ocean. It took a considerable amount of Mr. Widmore's resources to procure it. It was found with the wreckage of the plane, along with all 324 dead passengers. That's not the complete story, as you are well aware, Mr. Girard, given the fact that you're standing here, breathing. The wreckage was obviously staged. Now, can you imagine what kind of resources and manpower go into pulling off a feat of that magnitude? Faking the recovery of a plane crash. Putting 324 families through a grieving process based on a lie. But what's even more disturbing, where exactly does one come across 324 dead bodies? And that, Mr. Girard, Mr. Hugh, is just one of the many reasons we want Benjamin Linus.
It's 2021. Welcome to another episode of We Have to Go Back, Lost Revisited, as we continue on into the already off to a great start. Into
wow.
the fourth season of the series. Welcome back. I am Ben.
Yes, and you say your name, and
I know.
then I say my name. I'm Kristen. Hi. If you didn't hear that verbal diarrhea, this is We Have to Go Back, Lost Revisited. We are on the fourth season, covering the seventh episode, Yeon.
I'm just gonna jump out. It's fine.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah.
me and Ruth have it. It's fine. Happy 2021, everybody. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life. Woo!
It's also a week past when we were supposed to do this because someone prepped for the wrong episode.
I did
last week.
I did. We got settled down. We were about to start recording, and he says, "I don't have a lot of notes for this." I'm like, "Yeah." I said, "Michael's pretty whiny." And he goes, "Michael?" And I said, "Yeah, it's me, Kevin Johnson." And he goes, "No."
No. You're a week ahead there, miss.
No. Oh, you know what? I think he said, "Wait, what episode did you prep for?"
I think that's what it was.
What
yeah.
episode did you prep for?
I mean, to be fair, it's been over a month since we put out a new episode. There has been
the first
lot.
3 Wednesdays in January were really hard.
There has been, well, not even January, like even into December, like there's been, like, I mean, you had things going on with your family, with people getting sick. I had, my mother contracted COVID, so I was dealing with that on my end. We had the holidays, we had Christmas, we had New Year's, we had everything we were going through.
Every day was a fresh hell in the holiday season at the Halberg home. It was crazy that we just couldn't get our schedules together to record. So, I mean, so apologies to anybody out there who was waiting on new episodes, because it was just, I feel like you should be used to it by now. I know. We're so unreliable.
And I apologize for that. We're incredibly unreliable.
But you know what? It's a new year, and maybe we'll, have a New Year's resolution to actually put out an episode every week. Look, man, I think we can all agree that 2020 kicked us all in the rear a little bit.
Yeah.
And Ben's right. The last couple of weeks of the year, our family went through it. My husband got really sick. He got Bell's palsy. We thought it was a stroke. I had to have emergency wisdom tooth surgery because at the exact same time, my wisdom tooth decided to just grind into my nerves.
My son had an appointment that we had to travel for that was canceled hours before the appointment. So we had to reschedule that traveling appointment. The only person that really was fine was my daughter. She was just kind of like playing her new video games, just coasting through life, wondering what was happening to her family.
I should have podcasted with Danny. That would have been fun.
Yeah, she would have liked that.
I didn't want to go into too much detail about
No, that's
with you,
fine.
but
That's fine.
Since you're open about it, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, and then and then America almost fell, and now here we are, a couple weeks later. So it's all good.
Yeah, still a bit of a mess, but not nearly as much of a mess as we've been over the past couple weeks.
No,
so
I'm having a great week.
I'm having an excellent week this week.
We were singing Milli Vanilli a minute ago.
yes, we were. Yeah, that's such randomness. I don't even know. You walked away to get water. You happened to be singing Milli Vanilli in the background, so I put it on and just we went from there. Next thing I know, 3 Milli Vanilli songs later, it's like it's
just to give you a good idea, we were supposed to record at 10:30, and then we finally got on at 10:50, and now it's 11:30. We've hit record.
Yeah, it's and the funny part about it is too, this will probably be the longest conversation of the podcast. Because I don't know if it's an adjustment of getting back into it, or I really just don't have a lot to say about this episode.
I do.
Okay, I
don't have a lot, but I do have a little bit. So just to get everybody on the same page here, if this is your first time listening to us, first of all, what have you been doing with your life? Go back, listen to the rest. We're amazing. Second of all, we are a spoiler-filled podcast, meaning that we talk about anything that's going to happen, will happen, has happened, sideways happened, upside down happened, whatever happened in the world of Lost. We have free reign to bring it up. We do try to stay away from spoilers, but it happens. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
So please don't get mad if that happens, because we gave you a warning. And that's all I have.
Yeah, I mean, the only other thing I can say too is it's a new year, so we can start doing these warnings out there again. In addition to the spoiler warning, we do. The train does tend to jump the rails every once in a while and go off on kind of like a topic.
Every episode.
From what listeners have told me, they actually really enjoy that. So I know we still have listeners, so it's a good thing they're enjoying it. So apparently they enjoy it. So if you don't, I apologize. We'll try and keep it to a minimum if it happens, but it tends to happen. And it happens because we like these conversations to be as normal and flowing as possible. We don't overly produce. We very rarely edit anything out.
I do zero editing.
I do all the editing, but even then, I very rarely edit anything out. We just like this to be as completely natural and free flowing as possible. See, that'll be in there. You just heard that. Wasn't edited out.
I love that. I love it when people say edited.
That's the word.
I know, but it's fun to say. Edited. Say it.
Edited.
It's fun.
Edited.
And then sometimes people do that.
Edited. Yep, I've heard people do that. I think I've probably done it once or twice. So
most likely.
But let's get into the episode. As you mentioned, season 4, episode 7, Yeon, a Jin and Sun centric episode. Where would you like to begin?
I want to begin with how this episode was shot, because I thought that it was brilliantly shot. We had both a flash forward and a flash back, and we were meant to believe that it was a flash forward the entire time. Although there were hints along the way that it was old Jin, mainly the hair and the fact that he was a dick. And the fact that he looked a little high strung. But
and there are a couple other hints as well. But I'll let you.
His phone was hilarious.
Yes.
So I mean, if you're really paying attention, I guess you could make an argument for the fact that if you're a very savvy watcher for the first time, you can see that it is flashback and flash forward. But I think the intention was to be misleading the entire way until the very end, which I'm sure on first watch I fell for hook, line, and sinker. This time it was different because I have seen it before. And, it just made me very melancholy to know that in the end, Jin was never going to get to the hospital. And then for them to go visit his grave, knowing that he's not dead at the end, that was also very touching because they have to put on a show for the public. So she had to bury her husband who, for all she knows is dead, but can also be alive. Mm-hmm. So I love the fact that it was a girl anyways. But I did love the way that this whole Jin and Sun story was told and the way that it was shot.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry. And it goes, it definitely goes with what was happening on Island in the fact that at the end, Jin talked about the old him versus the new him. And he said, I know why you did what you did because it was that man. And that man wasn't who I am now. And we can see that kind of played out in the flash forward and the flashback that they portrayed alongside the Jin and Sun beach story.
I'd just like to point out that I only have about 12 notes and you've just hit about 6 of them. So that's fine.
Okay.
No,
it's going to be short.
you have hit a couple of them, but it's totally fine. Because that's the way it is. I'm with you. I love the flashback and the mix of the flashback and the flash forward in this episode. You mentioned the phone being a big hint as to it being a past Jin as opposed to a possible Oceanic 6 Jin, which does not exist. You mentioned the hair, the attitude. The other big one though is the dragon. One of the main reasons why that toy shop owner is pushing the dragon on Jin at that time is because it is the year of the dragon, which was 2000, not 2008, which is when this episode aired. So that's
what was it the year of in 2008?
That's a good question.
Because I don't know.
Of 2008 Chinese Zodiac. That was the year of the rat.
It's the year of Ben Linus.
Yeah, that's accurate. But yeah, so it's the year of the dragon was 2000, not 2008. So that was another big hint that this was a past and not a future Jin. But the way it's done is really well done because I mean, you mentioned them visiting the grave. There's the scene where Sun is giving birth and they ask if there's anybody she wants to call. And she says, yes, call my husband.
Oh,
and so it's so tied together so well that you start to believe like, okay, like Jin is going to go be a father. Like this is amazing. And it's so sad in the end when it turns out that is not the case.
Another way that we could have known that it wasn't the same Jin is that when she saw the man in the hallway and she thought it was Jin, he had a more beach Jin haircut than he did in the flashback. His hair was, parted down the middle and a little longer down to his ears a little bit. And she was calling out to him saying, "Chichiche, chichiche."
Yeah. And
that was my horrible Korean. So I apologize to a wealth of communities for that horrible word.
I do like too that even in the flash forwards with Sun, being off island, as we learned is off island because we see her pregnant, they're still giving us these little hints and tie-ins to other colors. Did you happen to notice the tie-in this episode? What Sun is watching on television? When she turns the television off, she was watching It was a little bit of razzle dazzle. It was expose. It was the episode with Nikki and Billy D. Williams. It was her final episode of expose. It's very quick because it's literally the camera panning up to the TV as she's turning it off. So it's extremely quick, but it's there. So I like that they did that as well.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
I liked it that Hurley was the one that came to meet their daughter. And he was happy that nobody else was going to be there.
I wonder why that is, though.
I think because it would be more of a reunion and less of it being all about Sun's daughter, or maybe he just he likes babies. I don't know. Jack's a dick. That's why I'm trying not to say it, but Jack's a drunk fool.
Well, there's also no hints in this one. I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong. There's no hints in this entire thing as to, with the exception of maybe Hurley, as to when this falls in the timeline.
Well, I
would expect it has to be earlier on because Hurley does end up going a little crazy.
Well, okay. So she leaves when she's, let's say 2 months pregnant, and she has the baby, and that baby is about, I'd say, a month old at most.
Okay.
So it's been almost a year.
The baby itself is a huge hint. I'm an idiot.
That's okay. You know what? I've had the babies, so I feel like I can do the math.
I should have known that. I should
okay.
have put two and two together. It's all right.
But that's very smart to say at the same time, because it does show how much time has passed since they have been there. You know, I mean, they were back home for longer than a year,
Yeah, they have to have been because of the age that Aaron is by the time when we see Aaron.
Right.
So they are home for a good amount of time before they end up going back to the island.
Yeah, I don't know that they did Aaron's aging very well with the timeline, because Aaron looks like he's 4.
Yeah, I agree.
And her trial could not have been that far after they got back, because Aaron was what, 2 months old?
Yeah, it couldn't have been any older than 2 or 3 months.
She gave birth on the island, and Son's 2 months pregnant, and she got pregnant on the island.
Yeah, couldn't have been any older than 2 or 3 months by the time they got off the island.
So, that doesn't make any sense unless they were there for like 2 or 3 years. I don't know. But that kid is 4, 3 or 4.
The actor that's playing Aaron. I think I said the same thing when we were actually talking about that episode. That I felt like, how long have they been off the island at this point?
Yeah, he's got a little kid room. He's in a bed.
This isn't really Aaron. This isn't really Aaron. This is just Aaron never really made it off the island. Kate just replaced him with a baby just to make.
Kate grabbed a kid.
Yeah,
this is my baby.
This is Aaron.
It's my blonde baby.
Meanwhile, there's some poor woman. Where's my baby?
Kate couldn't come because she was taking care of her new 4-year-old son.
Well, I mean, and you got to figure, like, at that period of time, we know that Saeed is off traveling the world doing Ben's work. Jack is back to being a surgeon, so he probably just doesn't have the time to go.
No, not with all the 40-ounce curl ups he's been doing in his off time.
Kate has been dealing with a trial. She's not allowed to leave at this point. Hurley really is the only one that can go and visit Son at this time.
Yeah.
So, when he asks, like, is anybody else coming? And Son tells him no. Well, really nobody else could.
That's interesting that you say that. Every person that we saw in this episode, with the exception of Juliet, is a part of the Oceanic Six.
Well, I think that's part of the mislead too. I think that they wanted you to believe until the end that Jin is the 6th member of the Oceanic Six.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you can say that, Son and Jin's child, since Jin is half of that child, right? You still have a part of him that is there, I guess is what I'm saying. Like Desmond, he gets off the island.
Okay.
Saeed gets off the island. Jack gets off the island. Kate, we saw Kate, right? So we saw Saeed. And we saw Hurley.
Well, but there's also a big Bernard and Rose, or at least Bernard element to this too. And Bernard never gets off.
We knew Bernard was never going to leave the island, so that's fine. He's everybody's wise old owl right now.
I love Bernard in this episode. I really do. It's something else we kind of have to dive into anyway. First off, I'm loving what they're doing with Jin's English at this point. Like when Jin is talking to Jack and Jack says, your English is really good. And he's like, well, Son has been teaching me. Sawyer has also been teaching me. And it's like, well, You might not want to listen to Sawyer when it comes to English. That's just.
I was waiting for him to say like something foul.
Yeah.
To like say Sawyer taught me the word,
or some kind
whatever.
of nickname to call Jack, because that's what Sawyer taught him
Right.
taught him to call him. So, but yeah, I mean, it's just, we've talked about this in the past too, about the tragic background of Jin and Sun's relationship, because of where it's come from to where it is to where it ends up going. It really is a tragic love story, but these are some of my favorite parts of that, because we are seeing, I don't think there's been a bigger character arc than Jin.
No.
In this series.
No. And there won't be.
No, I really don't think there is. I think Ben is a huge character arc, but not nearly as big as Jin.
Yeah.
Sawyer. Because even Ben's arc dips from time to time. Like, there are divots in his arc. It's not a clear
I
arc.
think that he is a regular Richter scale of dips.
It's not an arc, it's a wavelength. It's a wavelength.
He's just like this the whole time. Good bad, good bad, good bad, good bad.
Yeah. But Jin is such an extreme arc. I mean, if you look as far back as we know with Jin, he's a dick. He's more.
No, he was a good man first.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
When he was trying to get a job, and
that's true.
Yeah, he worked at the hotel.
Yeah. I mean, and now we're seeing elements of Jin where he's very loving. He's willing to learn English for his wife. He's incredibly forgiving in this episode, because I mean, we have that moment flat out where Juliet just flat out tells him Sun had an affair. I
think we were all in Sun's hand in that moment. We're like, what is wrong with you?
Well, but see, I kind of have to play devil's advocate on this one.
Do it.
Because while it was wrong that Juliet did that, and it's totally a bitch move, I understand why she did it. I completely understand why she did it. It was desperate times call for desperate measures.
I think that Sun could have talked. Sun has this amazing way about her, and we've seen it in her several times. I think that she could have walked right up to Ben and convinced him to get her and Jin off the island. I do.
Yeah.
They gave Michael a boat and said, "Follow these coordinates."
I'm not denying that at all. But also at the same time, there is no way on and off the island anymore. The submarine is gone. The sub is gone. The boat is gone. Well, how do they get on and off the island? This freighter's the only way.
Okay.
In my opinion, I mean, I could be wrong. And if I'm wrong, I apologize.
You're probably right.
But I mean, I'm looking at things specifically in that moment with Juliet. Like, she was desperate to get Sun to stay because of everything. She was doing it in Sun's best interest. Might not have been the best way to do it because of things. But it was desperate times call for desperate measures. It wasn't right, but I completely understand why she did it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, look. Yes and no, right? It's a gray area. It was an immense betrayal, but I understand desperate times call for desperate measures. But man, I was so glad that she hit her.
Again, I like I said, I understand why she did it, but it was so satisfying to watch Sun slap her across the face.
That was a good hit too.
Yeah. It's like, like you really just said that, and to see her do it, I'm like, okay, I feel a little satisfaction now too.
So I just forgot, this just popped in my head while you were talking, that Sun does think that Jin's dead in that moment.
In what moment?
In the moment that she's talking to him at the grave. They're not playing a part there. She honestly thinks that he's dead. Remember that when the boat blows up. Yeah.
Yeah, he's on the freighter.
Yeah. I totally forgot that till right now. That was, I don't know why, that was a traumatic moment in Lost history.
Yeah, because when later on, when they're reunited again, it's not okay, we've been apart for a while and now we're back together. It's oh my God, you're alive reunion.
Mm-hmm.
That we get with the two of them a little bit later on. I think in season 5, I think that is when that happened. No, that might not be till season 6, actually.
No, it's season 6. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the end of this season is the last time I think we see them together.
And yeah, until season 6.
Ugh.
Yeah. So, but I mean, to further on to the point that I was getting at, in the arc that Jin has over the course of the show, if this was an earlier time, even on the island, and Juliet had made that revelation and Jin went off. I mean, look, it happened before when Jin went to go help Michael with the raft because he wanted to get off the island. He wanted to leave Sun behind.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not even it's only a couple hours later that Jin has kind of looked inside himself and says to Sun, like, I forgive you. Like this is, you did this because of who I was.
Yeah, it was the karma conversation for sure that I think flipped him.
Yeah.
He says, so you do bad things and bad things happen to you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was such a simple way that Bernard was saying it to Jin in the boat, that Jin's broken English, what he understands, got through, because then they caught the big fish and he's like, see, karma, good things, we're the good guys.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that Jin hasn't been called the good guy in so long that it probably hit him like a ton of bricks that he was a completely different person on this island than he was before they crashed. And so, Bernard, wise old owl, kicking ass and taking names every day.
It's so funny that you call him the wise old owl too, because you're absolutely right. Like, it legitimately, that's how this conversation played out.
Yeah.
He went and had a conversation, a heart to heart with Uncle Bernard, and came back and apologized to his wife.
Yes. Yeah.
And I mean, again, you go back to an earlier time on the island with Jin, that would have never happened.
No,
he would have been at Locke's camp, or he would have stayed with Jack and told Sun, see ya, like, go ahead to Locke's camp.
He already left her once.
Yeah. So
but Rose has also been kind of like, the mom, Aunt Rose to everybody else, right? Those two. I love Bernard and Rose.
They're another, I don't want to say tragic love story, because I think in the end, we don't ever find out what happens to
yeah, we do. They lived on the island. They built a hut. They just lived there. There was a follow-up to them.
Was there? Okay. I couldn't, I know, I remember in my head that they never leave the island. They stay there the whole time. Because I think even for a while, there was a theory until it was later revealed, the actual answer in season 6, before the end of the show. There was a theory that the man and woman they find in the cave in season 1 was actually Rose and Bernard. Because of the time travel, when time travel starts getting incorporated into the show next season, or more heavily into next season, that was the ongoing theory. People started thinking back to the man and woman skeleton in the cave, and people started thinking maybe that's Rose and Bernard.
Well, it's not though.
It's not. No. That's what I said. It's revealed in season 6 who it actually is.
Right. Okay.
But until that reveal,
this can't still be a theory.
No, until that reveal, that was the theory.
Oh, I see. Yeah. No, I mean, they had, they built their little hut. It's like Alone, the show Alone. I don't know if you watch the show Alone. Alone's cool.
I've heard of a number of people watch it. I've never watched it.
I love Alone. Our whole family watches it together. We watch, mice get cut up and cooked as we eat our dinner.
Nice.
Yeah, we're a weird family. But it's just like Alone, right? I mean, they built their own hut and they got their own fruit and they fish and they live off the land. And I think they even make animal hide clothes or something. They're just, that's how they are forever.
Well, because I think even, and again, we're jumping ahead a little bit too, but I think even when, and I can't remember, I think, is it this season? Yeah, I think it's the finale of this season when the island starts jumping.
Yes, it's at the very end, the last episode.
Well, the finale is like 3 parts, so it's, and we're actually getting close to it, as a matter of fact. At the rate we're going, it'll be next year.
Excuse me, it will not.
We're
going to end this. No, this could be over by June. We're gonna be
By
on.
June?
Yeah. It is. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
We'll be through this season by February.
We
Okay, March.
no. We'll be done with the whole series by summer.
I thought you meant this season.
We'll be on to Once Upon a Time by summer, man. It'll be great.
Okay, good. I agree with that. I'm excited.
We're gonna have Danny jump on a couple of times too.
That'd be fun, actually.
Yeah, Danny's corner.
What did you think of this episode? But I mean, I think there are times when the island starts jumping. I can't remember. I could be wrong. I can't remember. I think Rose and Bernard don't jump. I think they stay with the island. Because I think there are times they run into them as the island is moving. And we see them kind of like already established on the island.
I don't know.
I don't remember. I'm going to have to go when we get to that part. I'm going to have to pay attention to it.
Yeah. That I don't know. Well, we'll pay attention to it when the time comes. But let's talk about this episode again. Let's get back on track.
Let's get back to this one.
Let's talk about the fact that Sun does not trust Jack still.
Yeah, she doesn't want to have any kind of conversations around him or with him.
No. Like she just stares at him. Like the way she stared at him, I was like, I feel like I should leave.
There are daggers. I feel like I need to step out of the room and not listen to this part of the episode.
You know what? I'm going to excuse myself.
Well, but I mean, like, let's not forget too, she just received the information from Kate that these people were there to like stop a gas thing from going off. Like this is information she's just establishing. And at the same time, like she knows the connection between him and Juliet. She doesn't trust Juliet. So it's kind of by extension right now, she just does not trust Jack.
Well, with good reason. He's not trustworthy.
Not at this point. I think he's got more of his own interests in mind. I think he claims it's for the good of the island, but I think it's more, he's got his own interests at heart right now.
All the time.
Whispering does not help on a podcast.
Whisper campaign. I heard he drinks at lunch.
It's not ASMR.
Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. Oh, and the whole like Kate saying, we have to tell Jack. You know, I'm going to have to tell Jack. Why? Why the fuck is it his business? Excuse my language, but why is it his business? Why?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to tell Jack. Last time I checked, he's not my dad. I'll give you a nice head start. For what? For what? That just bothered me.
I totally get it. I mean, I agree with you completely. He does not have that feeling of someone who can be trusted right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just something that Sun, who has become somebody who is incredibly straightforward at this point in her tenure on the island, she's not having it. She feels like Jack can't be trusted. So guess what? She's not going to trust Jack.
Yeah.
It's straightforward.
And she's very strong. She's learned to be very independent and not so dependent on others. And I think that she's a really good judge of character.
Yeah, I agree. She is an incredibly good judge of character. So, let me see. I'm looking at my notes here. I covered a lot of this stuff already. There's a couple other things though, as far as actually, we've covered just about everything I had for Jin and Sun. So, I mean, do you have anything else on Jin and Sun before we move on to some other things from the episode? No.
Okay.
All right, let's switch.
I love them.
Oh, me too. Oh God, like I'm just thinking about.
Don't do it.
I don't want to.
It's hard to think about it. Don't do
it. I know. I guess it makes sense. We can switch over to the freighter. I don't have a lot. But I do have a couple notes.
Okay.
We do see a little bit of crazy happening on the freighter.
You mean the chained suicide?
Yes.
That nobody cared about?
The chained suicide that Captain Galt did not care about. He'd rather just move on. She's already gone, which makes total sense. I mean, there was no saving her at that point. She was drugged to the bottom in chains. There's no rescuing that.
Desmond's look of incredulity is just the stuff of legends there. Like he's looking around at everybody like going, this woman is literally
Why
about
is
to
nobody
die.
doing anything about this? If you look carefully, Michael can be seen in that scene.
Oh,
He
in
is
the background?
He is on the deck in the background. Yes. So we actually do get to see Michael before we get the reveal of who Ben's man on the boat was, and that it was Michael.
Yeah.
Or Kevin Johnson. Rather.
Kevin Johnson. Yeah, that was the first time that we saw him at the very end. I loved it that Saeed and Desmond kept his cover too.
Well, because it was already revealed to them that they had that there was a man on the boat. Oh
yeah,
no,
but
they don't know that, do they?
Yeah, they said that Ben has a man on the boat.
But I don't think Ben ever told them that.
Ben didn't tell them that. I think that they heard it from the phone when they had the sat phone.
Oh, okay. All right.
But I mean, even with that in mind, you know, they're not big Ben Linus fans. And I know that Saeed hates Michael because Saeed was delivered to the others by Michael in that exchange. So I think that's the last time they saw each other.
Well, not only that, but they know that Michael killed Ana Lucia and Libby.
Right. So what I'm saying is that it's interesting that they have all three of them have silently somehow agreed to let whatever it is that's playing out play out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it shows a real sign to like Saeed's intelligence factor that he's just like, okay, well, I'm not going to be like, Jack would be like, yeah, I know who this motherfucker is, you know, or Sawyer would say the same thing. But Saeed and Desmond are like, oh, Kevin, okay, nice to meet you. I'm Saeed.
Yeah, they played it. They played it cool.
Yeah,
like your name's not Kevin, it's Michael Dawson. Shut up.
Yeah, right. You know?
Where's
Walt? Kevin.
Yeah, haven't we met before? I feel like we've met before.
Kevin.
Well, but I mean, look at it though. Like Saeed and Desmond are two of the smartest guys on that island.
Oh, 100%.
You know, so it makes sense that it's these two that kind of played into whatever was happening. Because if it was anybody else, you know, if it was Jack would have tried to deck him before they even finished the conversation. You know, Hurley would have given him up.
Jack would have crowned himself captain of the boat already.
I'm the captain now.
Look at me. You know what? I think we've said it several times since we've started this podcast that if we were to be stranded with anybody from the cast, it would be Saeed.
Saeed, yeah.
100%. Well, this isn't even a contest.
Yeah, I mean, looking at like what every character has become or has done, yeah, Saeed is the one person I would probably trust my life to the most.
Saeed could probably make that coconut radio work on Gilligan's Island.
He's the professor.
Yeah, he's the professor, except the stuff he makes works.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There are a couple other people on that list of people I would be okay being stranded with, but Saeed's at the top. Desmond would probably be second.
Yeah.
And you know, well, I mean, trying to think of the other characters. I mean, it's Hurley.
No, just Saeed. Okay. They'd be dead if it wasn't Saeed. If Saeed wasn't there.
Agreed.
They'd all be captured by the others.
Agreed.
Fed to the bears.
So what else you got as far as the freighter goes?
Not much, actually. You know, Lapidus is off doing helicopter things, and the captain reveals that it's Charles Widmore's boat, which he seems to know that Desmond knows Charles Widmore, but that's never really expanded on in this episode. They learn about. It's interesting that we see the black box from the plane, but we don't get any more information about it. Like, this is the black box. Okay. Is it? Show me. Prove it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's literally just the black box. There's no information provided as to what's on it. Nothing.
Right. And he hasn't built any like trust with any of them. He's kept them in a cage, and their new room has a headshot blood stain on it.
Well, not only that, but they're told not to trust the captain.
Right. There you go. You also have that. Yeah. But then don't trust the captain. But who told you not to? Ben, by way of Michael?
Yeah. Or was it Michael?
Well,
was it Michael himself, or was it Ben through Michael that told you not to trust the captain?
Right. So now who do you trust? Now everything's on the table. If Ben's involved, anything and everything is now on the table.
Yeah.
I you know what? I'd wrap myself up in chains. I get
it. you totally get why Zoe Bell did what she did.
Yep. What book was she reading?
That's a good question. You know what? I actually had that, and it is a book called Survive. Oh, see, it's upside down. It's a Jules Verne book, Survivor's Chancellor, and it is a Jules. Oh, the Survivors of the Chancellor, about the final voyage of a British sailing ship, which could be in relation to the Black Rock right there. But also, I find it funny that, well, not funny, haha, but funny odd. That Jules Verne also wrote 10,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and that's where she ended up. Right?
Yeah.
And just put that together.
That's adorable.
I don't think that had anything to do with it, but still.
Oh, here we go. Mr. Cazelon thought that booking passage on a cargo ship from Charleston to Liverpool would be a charming way to return to his English homeland, if only he knew. A crazed sea captain, a disaster in the hold, storms, oppressive heat, sharks, and starvation are just some of the many travails that beset both passengers and crew. Will any of them survive the wreck of the Chancellor?
I have to point it out too, and this is actually my final note out of everything that I have. The name Captain Galt is also very fitting to this. It's not just a happenstance like, oh, let's just call him Galt. Captain Galt is a well-known captain from literature. And I'm going to read you some of the description of Captain Galt, and you'll see exactly why it kind of fits. Captain Galt seems to be a captain for hire and operates a different ship in each of the stories. Some take place in England, some in the United States, some in Havana, some in Europe. Galt himself is a morally ambiguous character who follows the pattern of many famous fictional criminals. Although a lawbreaker, he proves to have a strict moral code. We learned tantalizing bits of information about Captain Galt. He seems to be highly placed in a secret society. He has occult knowledge about arcane religious artifacts. He seems to be very knowledgeable about gemstones. He's a skilled amateur painter. Some of this doesn't apply. In general, he reveals himself to have surprising reservoirs of specialized knowledge. Where he got all this knowledge is generally not revealed. We only get these hints at the character's past. The Captain Galt stories tend to follow several patterns. Most of the stories are about smuggling, usually involving a great deal of cleverness. Often the plot centers on information that is known to Captain Galt, but not provided to the reader. There is even some kind of misinformation or even play acting performed for the misdirection of customs officials. So sometimes the deception is in sleight of hand. Sometimes it is in the captain's choice of hiding places, which may be in plain sight. So yeah, there's a lot there that kind of relates to this captain that we're getting in Lost.
Yeah.
In this episode.
Yeah.
So not all of it applies. I was basically just reading the entire mini biography on the character, but a lot of it is relatable.
Yeah. And it further proves that anything is on the table.
Oh, especially when it comes to this series.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, we've mentioned it before. This show uses so many literary examples.
I made a note to look up the book later, and I just didn't have time because whenever there's a book that they show, it's never not unintentional.
Oh yeah.
It's always with thought behind it. So I remember seeing that go. Oh, and the book was upside down.
Yep. Yeah.
I love Lapidus. He's like, I was just trying to help. You're a little intense.
This is not a note on the episode itself, but a note on one of the actors. This is the first time I believe it's the first time we are seeing Martin Keamy, played by Kevin Durand. We're going to definitely get more of Martin Keamy. Both know this is not the first time we're seeing him.
No, we've seen Keamy before.
Okay. I wasn't sure. But Kevin Durand is an awesome dude. I've had him on my podcast twice. And
he's not awesome in this, Ben.
No, he is not, but he's awesome in real life. We talked about Kevin Durand when we talked to MC Gainey, because MC Gainey and Kevin Durand are friends and they were on the same show, but they never had any scenes together. Because I remember MC telling us that he was disappointed they never had any scenes together.
Well, Keamy sucked.
Keamy is key in a particular moment that's coming up. For Ben in particular.
Yeah, a particular horrifying moment, but whatever.
Well, I mean, Keamy steps in, to say, like, just when you thought Ben was the most evil person in the series,
hold my beer.
Hold my beer. Exactly. Because right now we've just been introduced to Keamy. We haven't seen what Keamy can do yet.
Keamy sucks.
He is an evil, evil man for sure. But that about covers everything I have on the episode. So
I have nothing else.
That's everything you have as well?
Yes. All
right. Well, that was relatively easy and painless. Maybe not for the listeners, but for us it was.
Yeah.
So before we get into feedback, obviously next week we're going to talk about Meet Kevin Johnson, which is actually the last time we get to see our friend MC Gainey on the series. This is his
I already know this because I've already seen the episode.
Yes.
I have all the notes for it too.
Which is good. Now I'm the only one that has to prepare. But yeah, it's the last time we get to see our friend MC Gainey in the series. It's his final appearance in the show. But it is a Michael centric episode. So, and in which, if I remember correctly, I don't think there's any, you would know this more than I would. Is there any on island stuff in that episode? I think it's all flashbacks and freighter.
No, they still have a little bit of island.
Okay.
Not much, but a little bit.
Okay. One piece of news that we didn't bring up at the top of the podcast, which is when I wanted to and I forgot, and it's we'll bring it up now before we get into feedback. Unfortunately, there's been a passing in the Lost family. Mira Furlan, who played Rousseau, passed away on Wednesday at the age of 65, which is pretty sad.
Nobody knows why yet.
Yeah, no cause of death has been revealed yet. Maybe by the time you're listening to this, that will have changed. But it's an unfortunate passing in the Lost family, as well as other things like Babylon 5 and some other projects she's been on as well. So apparently they've known for some time that her health has been fading and they hope that she would improve. But unfortunately it didn't happen and she passed away.
Well,
so, which is sad.
Rest in peace.
Yes, absolutely. That brings us to our feedback for the week, which we've been sitting on for quite a few weeks, but now we're finally going to get to go to it.
I know Des says his subject says, if I'm late, I'm late.
Nope, you're not late, Des.
Man, you sent it weeks ago.
Plenty of time. But you know what? You brought it up. Why don't we kick it off with that with Des's email?
Okay. Des Combe says, so I do like this episode, but it isn't the best for a rewatch. The first time I saw it, the ending was heartbreaking, but when you know the twist, the whole episode kind of falls flat. I like Sun, but she will turn on you in a minute. Juliet, despite her flaws, was just trying to help her. And Sun treated her like garbage. No. I disagree with you, Des. Even when Juliet told Jin about the affair, she was trying to keep her safe. Had to keep this short. Tons to do. Hope everyone has a happy and safe holiday. Sent for my iPhone.
We did. And we appreciate it. Which leads us to our voicemail, which, let's be honest, it would not be a complete episode if we did not have a voicemail feedback from our friend Steve Brown. So we're going to go ahead and play that now.
Hey, I am not a doctor. I'm not have fathered any children, as far as I know. So I am not going to make any comments about the birth because I don't have any clue about why you would go from we got to do a C-section to the baby's coming out now. There, I'm done. No more about that. Hey, Ben and Chris, and it's Steve, and I'm watching J-U-G. How do you say it? For the first time. I'm going to watch it again and send in some more thoughts, but I wanted to get that out. All right. Okay, I just finished watching it for the first time. I'm going to watch it again, but I want to send this in just so I don't miss the deadline because this week and leading into Christmas has been so crazy for me. I don't want to miss the deadline. So the plane crash, okay, we confirmed that who the six are. The plane crash occurred on September 22nd, 2004. That's the date that's on Jin's tombstone. So that gives us a date. Some things that we could have keyed in on the first time we watched it, knowing that this is a flashback and a flash forward and a present day. If we had a flash sideways, bam, we'd be like in crazy lost, like pink lines, or what do you call those things when you connect all the dots? Anyway, I'm so confused. But anyway, so we had a flashback, a flash forward, but some of the things that could have told us that this was that the scenes with Jin and the panda were actually a flashback is the phone that he's ringing. The guy's ringing, he's carrying. The guy says it's the year of the dragon, which wasn't anywhere near 2004, 2005. Anyway, just another great episode that I've forgotten all about. I cried like a baby during a couple moments in this episode with Jin. And before I sign off, I've gone way too long. Bernard is freaking wise, man. Like, he saw what was going on with Jin and Sun, and he knew he needed to pull Jin aside and give him a talking to. Okay, I can't wait to hear you guys' discussion of it. Whenever this occurs. All right. Talk to you later. Whenever you post it. All right. Love you guys.
It's been a month. It's been a month.
Steve knows us so well already at this point.
I know.
I can't wait to hear your discussion
whenever it is.
Thank you for that, Steve. That was amazing.
So not 2008. What was the
2004.
year? So I'll bet you the baby was born in 2005.
Yes. Yeah.
So what was
the year of the dragon was 2000.
Right. So we looked at 2008.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
Earlier.
So let's see. 2005 Chinese zodiac was the year of the rooster. So yeah, that's interesting. I wonder what
the Korean man was not saying here. Have a rooster.
Hey, we're back in the year of the rooster again right now. Actually, 2021. It's the year of the wood roaster. Wood
We could
rooster.
have Coco Van. That is rooster.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, never had it. Anyway, we're off topic again. So thank you, Des and Steve, for the feedback whenever we got to play it. That was just amazing. I love it.
We're gonna be better. It's a new day. It's a new year. It's a new everything.
Yes. We're gonna try and be better. We're gonna promise to try.
We're going to be better.
Okay, agreed. We're gonna be better. We're gonna be better at this. But you know what? On that same note, if we're going to be better, we want you to be better. We want more feedback. We want more feedback every week on these episodes. So there are multiple ways that you can do that. First, we're on Facebook at facebook.com/Lost Revisited.
We are kind of on Twitter and Instagram at Lost Revisit Pod or Lost Revisited Pod.
We're not very active, but we're on there.
I said we're sort of on there.
You can email us at lostrevisitedpod@gmail.com.
And if you'd like to leave us a message, you can record yourself and send it to our email address.
So as we usually do, we usually give out some recommendations on things we've been checking out that we would encourage other people to check out. And it's been a good amount of time, so I'm sure there's definitely some recommendations from both of us on some things that we kind of want to lean people towards. So I'll send it over to you. What do you got for recommendations this time around?
Well, I said it earlier. We've been watching a lot of Alone lately. Okay. And I'm reading a John Grisham book right now, Sycamore Row. It's a follow-up to A Time to Kill. Okay. Well, with the same lawyer character, Jake Brigance, but the real follow-up to Time to Kill is apparently coming out or is newly out, called A Time for Mercy by John Grisham. But I wanted to read the second Jake Brigance before I got to the third Jake Brigance. And what else?
Grisham tends to be a lot of like law.
Yeah, right? I love it. Okay. I love it. Well, he's a lawyer.
Okay. Well, that makes sense then.
Yeah. And you know what? We're just kind of going through, we're in that weird stage of television where like nothing's really on. So we're catching up with SWAT.
Okay.
We really like SWAT right now. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like super boring. We're just trying to get through the day. Honestly, everything's hard.
It's totally fine.
How about you?
So I've been watching The Stand, which I've actually been podcasting on with Rima, who some people might know from other podcasts. We've been doing that over on Strange Indeed for the past couple weeks, and we're getting ready to do our 6th episode of that. And then after episode 9, I'm done with Strange Indeed, and our friend Paige comes back. I've also been rewatching a show called Raising Hope, which
it's such a good show.
It was a show that I don't know why it popped into my head. I'm like, you know what? Like, I want to go back and just revisit the first episode to see if it's what I remember. And I'm now in season 2, and there have been so many moments that I have been left hysterical. Garrett Dillahunt is, with as many dramatic roles as he's played from Fear the Walking Dead and Deadwood and Terminator Sarah Connor Chronicles, is absolutely fucking hysterical on this show. He is so damn funny. Cloris Leachman is a legend. She's absolutely hysterical. Martha Plimpton is hysterical. The entire cast is hysterical in the show. That I forgot how funny that show was. And I wish it went for longer, because it only ran for 4 seasons before it got canceled by Fox, which Fox is notorious for doing. It's oh my God, I'm having so much fun rewatching that show, because it's almost like it's the first time I watched it.
Yeah.
Because it's been so long. And I'm just there was literally, I got my mom into watching it, so now my mom is watching it for the first time. Season, I know it's very specific, but there's a season 2, episode 2, the opening of the show. There is a moment with Garrett Dillahunt where he's skimming a pool at a rich person's house, and he's really has to use the bathroom, so he sneaks into the house to use the bathroom, and he sees a picture of another character and realizes that she's rich and her family comes from money. And there's just a moment, and I honestly think it is comic genius of him trying to process that this person comes from money while having to use the bathroom. He doesn't say a word, but it's literally like a minute long where he doesn't say anything, but his facial expressions of trying to figure out which one is more important. I swear to you, I had tears in my eyes. I was laughing so damn hard at that.
I love Garrett Dillahunt.
And he has become that. Once this world is back to somewhat normal, and cons can start happening again, whether it's at my convention or at another convention.
He's so nice.
He is the one he is top of my list of the guy I want to meet.
He's so nice, so humble. He's great.
That's what I've heard.
See him a couple of times. That was cool.
He's never been at any events I've been at, so I've never had the opportunity, but I want it now. I hope I get it eventually. I'm going to try and get him on my podcast too.
Oh, fun.
to talk to him. So, but I mean, other than Raising Hope, which I just went off on for too long, WandaVision just started. I've been watching that. I'm reading right now. I'm reading. God, I can't remember the whole title of it, but I'm a big autobiography guy. I like reading autobiographies, especially about like actors and comedians that I know. And right now, I'm reading Craig Ferguson's memoir, which I'm really enjoying because I'm a huge fan of Craig Ferguson.
Nice.
So, but other than that, I think that's basically all I've really been into lately. So, other than obviously The Office and Parks and Rec and Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and I still shuffle through them from time to time as well.
All the time.
So, I rewatched all the Avengers movies over the point when we were on the break.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I watched Avengers, Age of Ultron. I watched Civil War, even though it's a Captain America movie. It's basically an Avengers movie.
Yeah, it's Avengers.
And then I watched Infinity War and Endgame back to back, and still cried like a blubbering idiot at the end of both happy tears and sad tears at the end of Endgame.
All the feelings.
It's the one movie I saw on opening night that was such an incredible theater experience that I wish I could just hit a reset button and experience that movie for the first time every time I watched it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I think that just about does it for this episode of the podcast. Any final notes from you before we wrap things up?
Nope, I'm good.
Cool. So we're going to be better. We're going to be back next week.
Yep.
So
we are. We're going to be, I'm already ready.
I know you already watched it and took notes. I have to watch it now.
I'm good to go. So if we're late, it's because of Ben. I just want everybody to know if we're late, it is because of Ben.
Yeah, put it all on me. It's
always my fault.
I'll take it. We hope everybody had a great holiday. We hope everybody is having a great start to this new year, to this 2020.
It's 2021.
Oh, crap. You're right. 2021. Sorry. That's what I meant. But until next week, thank you guys for listening. Thank you for providing feedback. Thank you for being a fan of the show. But until next time, we'll see you guys further on down that rabbit hole. Take care.
Bye.
We have to go back, Kate. We have to go back!